Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, kembali kita dalam we're back on our sessions. Today I would like to talk about bipolar disorder. As we know that there are many types of psychological disorder that we know that happen in the world right now. There are very serious cases, but most of the people cannot see what type of the exact problem, because it's not a physical health, it's a mental health. When we talk about mental health, it's uncommon thing, but it's a very common thing. But people most of the time will look into the physical aspect. That's why this video meant to make people realize that the mental illness is actually a huge problem to our community, and we already know that there is few cases that people already die because of attempt suicide, because of killing themselves, and it's not normal cases anymore, and this is a very serious case already. So what we're gonna talk today is one type of mental illness, so-called bipolar disorder. Bipolar disorder is a mood changes. It's a switching mood. It's the persons and the patient, or the patients, of course, already met with the psychiatrist. But this kind of problem, they are having a tendency of switching the mood into another mood in a few seconds. That's why when people talk to them, they feel so worried, and they feel that the persons might be switch the mood at any time that they want. That's why the problem is, and the things that we worry to this patient is, and also they worry of themselves, is losing a friend, losing the people that they love, losing the people that they actually wanted to speak to. Because this is stigma that when people knowing that they're having a bipolar problem, what kind of psychological disorder that happen now, they will other people will running away from them. Okay, running away from them, or will be stay away from them, and they don't want to talk to them. And this person and this patients or people that are having bipolar or having psychological disorder, having a huge problem in their life, because actually they wanted to having a friend, they wanted to be people care about them most, they wanted people that really care about them, having a friend, and so on. So bipolar disorder have two different kind of mood. One is excitement, so we call as mania. Mania is excitement, happiness, joyful. That it happens with very extremely excitement, extremely and immense excitement. Meaning that when you are so happy, you are beyond that happiness. Like so-called when you want to buy something, you want to spend the money, you will spend the money until the money finish, and then you don't have like a guidelines to at least control the money, or try to spend the money for the other things. You will just finish the money. This is one thing. And also the sexual libido become increased with no reason, and you are become like an animal, so-called animal, and because that is what we call libido, and this maybe the sexual hormone have been released tremendously, and people and those people, they what they have is they cannot control it, and this kind of thing happen to bipolar disorder patients. Okay, so the other thing is depression. One thing that I see just now is what we call excitement and joyful. There's something that they and people see them, people don't realize that was as bipolar disorder, because there is excitement. excitement and not depression. The second one is depression. Depression, of course, people know the long prolonged sadness that about and approximately, longer than 7 days, and it considered as 7 or 14 days.
Take the exit on the left.
It's considered as considered as bipolar disorder. Not necessarily who have depression considered as bipolar disorder, but who has bipolar disorder has depression. Okay, they have depression. So this is the difference. We need to know. Okay, so the other depression, of course, we already know. Who has depression, like they stay alone, they don't want to talk to people, don't have appetite, they don't want to at least calm themselves, having a tendency of suicidal ideation. I don't say that at times suicide, but suicidal ideation. Maybe when, if let's say that the depression is not controlling, and we are not controlling, and the person did not controlling the depression that happened to them, the time suicide will emerge and will appear sooner. That's why we need to know, and this all people need the support, and system support need to be created. To ensure that their life. This is the psychological disorder or so-called mental illness. It's not actually the stigma and skeptical from most of the people need to be at least changed, because the problem is coming from our environment, and we know that mental illness, mental problem is it's a mental illness. It's a genetic problem. But we cannot also deny that it's not only the genetic problem. It's also environment, caused by environment factors, caused by family, friend, caused by people that they love, and caused by people surround them. And this our community, okay, need to concern about this, and need to do not take it lightly. So we need to at least build a support system. And actually we have a lot of like mental institutions, support centers, okay, a lot of like private support center, but it costs money, and we don't have like a charity, quite having a lot of charity that provide the mental health support, that provide the really care about the because people sometimes the stigma from the community, from society, from people out there, they feel like when also the company, the employers, when they know that the employee having kind of mental illness, mental problem, okay, so they are having a tendency to sack and to fire them from the work. This is what will happen, and this is the reason why a lot of people don't want to come for the treatment. Okay, that's why I just want to talk a bit more about the counselor. Okay, that's why some of the people, they wanted to be a famous counselor. They want to be a famous counselor in the world. All people recognize them. All people knowing that this is not my full or my whole opinions. It's just what we so-called half of my opinion now. Okay, what I think is counselor cannot be so famous, because it's not because of you don't know how to talk to people, cannot do a public speaking or what. You're still going to do that, giving a knowledge to people, giving information to the public, to the community. But the problem is when you have become so famous, this is what will happen. This is also that we need to think about too, that we need to think that it could jeopardize people trust. Okay, how it could be jeopardize people trust if you become so famous. Okay, this is happen when of course the person coming and want to see the counselor, okay, kind of face to face now, when we're having a talk and the person come, and the other student will see, will watch or what that guy come, why that guy, what makes that guy come and see the counselor. So this is kind of thing will fly around, and people will know that the person meeting with the counselor, he has a problem, and also the problem, he has a problem with the other student, and the other student watch when they are having conversation, when he or she having a conversation with the counselor. So there's a lot of things that we need to consider. It's not just a become famous is a good thing. Okay, become famous is a good thing for the other side. People will knowing you are acknowledged by all people, that people will invite you for speech, for giving a brief speech or whatever. But in terms of other things, it's not good, that because a counselor keeping so-called PNC, private and confidential. We are holding that trust. People come to counselor because they wanted this kind of thing, PNC. They don't want that everything that they share, the thing that they share to us, okay, spread away, disseminate, or other people would know that what they are shared. Okay, so they actually feel insecure. They feel insecure. Okay, when they feel insecure with all those things, the other thing might happen that they won't come to you anymore. The second one, maybe they might sue you because of something that they don't satisfy with. So be careful. Okay, and this is one of my thoughts that I want to share to the people, that for today. Okay, maybe at least it has gives something to people for can benefit them. Okay, can maybe they have a bipolar disorder type of persons in this, within their family, and maybe they can at least having an early treatment. Because if let's say that they find out, if you find out, okay, find out that your family having this kind of problem, then you you can talk to person or go directly to nearest hospital and try to make an appointment with a psychiatrist, or first come into counselor, do assessment. Maybe you can check the level of your depression, or level of your anxiety, okay, or level of your stress. Okay, maybe you can know what's your level, then we can proceed with the treatment. Okay, but for if let's say that the person having a kind of like level of like acute or severe or moderate of depression, anxiety, also that you can also being channeled, be escalate to a psychiatrist, because that level is not anymore under counselor, but that level is under psychiatrist, doctor that can prescribe medicine for you. And also that some just one tip, just one information, just information that I would like to give for today. Don't misunderstanding about the psychiatrist medication. You know what happened when people our minds like depressed, anxiety, having this disorder, psychological disorder. It's happened because of the hormones, dopamine hormone and other hormones, so called, like I can't remember, but we have two hormone fluid that has been spread inside the mind. I mean, within this mind, and within the mind, inside the mind, we have that hormone, and that hormone so called dalam in bahasa dirembeskan, and then and our mood changed because of that hormone. So that medicine that prescribed by psychiatrist doctor is to stabilize, yes, to stabilize the level of the psychological imbalance. yeah, imbalance, to stabilize that imbalance. So take the medicine regularly, not quite regular, but as prescribed. That was to stabilize, and before we can do a proper sessions, with the counselor and psychiatrist. So enough for today, and when we will continue for the another episode of mental illness. Okay, so far you can comment in the comment at the box below, and then see you later. See you again. Thank you.